Bang. Do it.
This is my name. I'm with Melendez for Keep MTL Weird. My name is Taigenz. You can call me Montreal, you can call me Tags. Call me Taigenz. Keep it simple.
How'd you get started?
At one point in time, my mom met my dad, and
Almost. Oh God, I'm gonna. Oh!
fast forward, school, elementary, blah, 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 blah. Then I was 11 years old, I started writing. And, since then, I knew it was something I was good at. And at 13, I had my first performance. And I was like, you know what? I think we could do something with this, you know what I'm saying? And, since then, I've just been working at it, just been writing, perfecting my craft.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
What the does that mean, Kobe Bryant?
You're welcome.
What the is he talking about? Where'd you get your name from?
So Taigenz, basically, there's actually two stories to it. The first one is how I came up with name, yeah, and then the second reason why I decided to really keep the name and really internalize it because, so Taigenz initially, when I was 14, my name was Young 10. Now 10 is T and it has the initials of my name or my government name. But at a point, this is when Young Jeezy came out, Young Jock came out, Young whoever, you know what I'm saying? That was the swag. I remember at the time it was the trend, and I was like, yo, this is not gonna work for me. Coming from an unknown market at the time, Canada was not a market that was whatever, So I said I had to find a way to create something new, right? So I decided to remove the Young, keep 10 at the time, and at the time, me and my homies, we had our own version of Pig Latin, where we added AIG to every syllable. So I added Taigen, and then the Z was just the icing on the cake. That's how I kept it. Now, that's how I got with it, but the reason why I really kept it is because a few years later, my youngest brother brought it to my attention that Taigenz has the letters of me and my brother's names. I never realized that he brought that to my attention. So T as my name, AI is the letters of one of my other names, and Genz is the nickname that they gave my little brother when he was in high school. They used to call him that, but I never knew. Mm-hmm. He only brought that to my attention of this maybe 3-4 years ago. He told me that, so I was like, okay. Something I came up with when he was 6-7 years old. He told me this years later when he's a teenager. There must be something to it, so I decided to keep it. So Taigenz is really a real name. You know what I'm saying?
What inspired your music style?
Obviously, there's been some changes over the years, but initially, if we want to talk about my where I'm coming from, what class of rap, whatever I'm coming from, is I'm coming from the class of bare bars, you know what I'm saying, and aggression. When 50 came out, that's when I started writing. Get Rich or Die Trying was actually one of the albums that, not even that, what got me into hip hop, because I was actually a techno head when I was a kid. I was bumping Daft Punk, Van 3000, Eiffel 65, all these things. But what really got me into hip hop was Eminem. When 50 came out, Get Rich or Die Trying, that really was something that affected my childhood, and then Beg for Mercy. The whole I was really on a whole G-Unit wave. It was like G-Unit and Dipset, I was riding with G-Unit. So, but that's a big factor when I came up, I would rap on 50 instrumentals, mimic his style, even, I would say the aggression, he was actually very aggressive, and at the point, that's at the time my voice was getting, the voice you hear now, I had basically the same voice level since I was 11, 12.
No! I'll be in my trailer!
So, and I'm not exaggerating, if you listen to songs I recorded, little demos when I was 12, 13, my voice is almost the same, without obviously not the same voice control, whatever, but, so that actually worked in my favor. So artists today that influences me right off the bat, top 2 is Nipsey Hussle and J. Cole.
Okay.
Nipsey Hussle because his business sense is out of this world. And also because when I really got into, when I bought into the brand, when I bought into Nipsey brand, Crenshaw that came out the year before, and I wasn't actually liking that, but I didn't know how to digest what he was doing, so I let it be. Then I listened to Mailbox Money, and I was like, okay, this is something. So then I went back to Crenshaw, and I had that shit on repeat literally every day for almost 4 months. It was on repeat. Every day I would listen to the whole mixtape A to Z for at least 3 to 4 months. And since then I was like, okay, I really follow what he was doing, and just the way he's going about his career is really influencing me right now. Whenever I make a decision as to what I want to do, how I want to develop myself, I try to think in the lens of, okay, what he's doing is he wants to keep control of what he's doing, but he's not against mainstream success. He's not against putting his name out there in a really on the biggest scale possible, as long as he maintains his integrity and his creative control, which is something I think artists have been struggling to do forever, especially hip hop artists. J. Cole really, I related to him in the sense of him, the fact that he went to school, you know, especially back in the day, you weren't really hearing about artists, especially like rappers that we grew up on. We didn't really hear them talking about going to school. And most of them dropped out of high school, or if they went to college, they didn't stay. So the fact that, you know, when J. Cole came out, and he came out right out the gate talking about he went to school, he excelled, he was actually, you know, he made sure he graduated before getting into his career. That influenced me, and just his approach to everything, his story with Jay and everything. So that influenced me, and even now, just the way he's really into his own world musically, and he wants to make sure he's saying what he does, and at the same time, it works. It still works. So finding that sweet spot of keeping your integrity, but not being against a certain success, because some people say, "Oh, if you go mainstream, you sell out," or whatever, you know. And that I don't subscribe to that idea.
One question I want to follow up with is you spoke about you were able to digest the music. What's a piece of advice you would give to people when they first hear a song, right, and they're not really vibing with it at first? What would you give them like some point to be like, do this, a chance for your ears to develop?
You know, when we were kids, we hate eating vegetables, right? So at a point, what maybe our parents might do is, instead of giving us a whole vegetable, they'll chop it up and mix it with what we like. We like the chicken, we like the rice. I say that to say, music-wise, you don't have to listen to, if the broccoli is a whole album or a whole project, you don't have to listen to a whole project, but at least give 30 seconds to one single or something. Or not even music. See what they're doing outside of music. Watch interviews. A lot of people become fans because they actually watch interviews of certain artists they never really checked for. Then they probably say something that, okay, I might actually, you know what, there's something that speaks, let me go see what he's doing. And I think actually interviews and just finding out what the artist is about outside of music will actually help you digest the music better. You know, because sometimes we're obviously biased when we listen to a new artist. We're already biased. Like when we listen to a new artist, we automatically think we're not gonna like them. I think everybody's guilty of that. A lot of people don't listen to new music expecting to like. They listen to new music to compare it to what they like now, and why what is new is not gonna compare it to what they like now. And they're always gonna be surprised, like, yo, why do you think everybody gets the reaction of, yo, this is actually dope? Okay, because, you know, you might not be able to digest it right away, especially in the way it's presented to you, but there's other ways to take it. So be open to the different ways of consuming what they're doing, and then you might end up being a fan, which is what, same thing with Nipsey. I didn't know how to take it, but I listened to something else and I watched certain interviews and I was like, okay, he's onto something. Then I really got into it, and then, you know,
It's official.
It's official. So
who's somebody that inspired you to actually go into music?
It wasn't actually someone who inspired me. It was more of a circumstantial thing when I was a kid, because my childhood was, I'm not gonna say I had a rough childhood, but like mentally speaking and emotionally speaking, I felt like I had to deal with a lot of shit that a lot of kids my age didn't have to deal with at that time. Like I literally from 6-7 years old had to dealing with different people who didn't like me for whatever reason, deal with, you know, being clown, deal with a lot of things that maybe at 6 you don't really know how to do. And also we're kids, so we're not emotionally mature or mentally mature in general. But I actually had to learn how to pick that up quick so I could not self-destruct. And what helped me was actually writing. It was something that I was good, I was mediocre or good at a lot of things, you know, sports. I played ball, played soccer, everything. I was good, but I wasn't the highlight of the team or whatever, you know. School in general, I did my thing in school. But something that really made me stand out, especially in my immediate circles, when I started writing, and I was like, yo, I went to school and I started writing, I'm like, okay, people were looking at me with a different light. And I was like, okay, and I knew this is something I was good at. What made me continue with it was actually, like I said, after performing in grade 7, my first time ever in front of like a crowd of people who are ready to clown you if you fuck up. Ready to clown you, like just make one, you know what I'm saying? We're in high school. We're looking for something to laugh at. So the fact that that performance, it turned a lot of people onto me in a way that was like, oh, okay, yo, this kid he's actually nice. You know what I'm saying? And that, with the extra motivation I got from that, it made me continue. So it was more of a circumstance thing with what I dealt with when I was a kid, and, you know, recognizing that I was good at something very young. A lot of people don't know what they're passionate, what they're good at, only until maybe later in their lives. Some people won't figure out until they're 30 or 40. So,
what would be your piece of advice for people that are starting off then?
Oh my jeez, I hate these questions because it assumes that I'm at a certain position of authority, which I'm not. But
And I'm-
I know. That's how I see it.
Okay.
That's how I see it. But if you're starting out, find out if you're nice.
And how does someone know if you're
How
nice?
does someone know you? You know.
With fake clout now, there's fake
No,
clout.
but
So what do you do?
and that's the problem. That's the thing. The cloud chasing. It's a different. Okay, find out what you want to do. Are you trying to cloud chase, or are you actually trying to be nice at what you're doing? Find out early. That way, it doesn't come back and bite you in the ass. Because everybody who's cloud chasing just to cloud chase, eventually is going to come back around.
True.
The energy you put out is gonna. I'm a big believer for the energy you put out is gonna come back to you.
Yeah.
And when it comes back to you, it might come back to you. I don't think it comes back to you less. And if it comes back to you less, it's gonna come back to you less, but in several doses. So if you're cloud chasing, and by you cloud chasing means you're gonna step on other people, you're gonna lie, you're gonna do all that. Like it's gonna come back to you. Maybe in smaller doses, you might not think, but it'll build up. So if you're cloud chasing, now if you're nice at cloud chasing, people are nice at cloud chasing. That's a skill.
It's a whole different
That's
ballgame, though.
That's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
whole.
yeah.
Now, if you're nice at that, fine. Do your thing. But if you're actually, if it's music, and
Yeah.
the misconception that's happening right now is that because we have access to a lot of things, a lot of tools. Everybody can do it.
Yeah.
But not everybody can succeed at it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah.
If you actually want to do it because you actually want to do it, then do it. But find out if you're nice. Find out if you're nice. Find out if you're creatively motivated and passionate. And find out if, let's say you're trying to make money, find out if you can be business savvy about it.
Okay. So we're gonna switch it up. We're gonna move into like a more fun questions,
Yeah.
rapid fire. We're gonna put you on a timer. As always, be creative. If you had to sum up the internet in one sentence, what would it be?
Enter the dark force.
If coffee was illegal, what would be its street name?
Black milk.
Let me get a 20 of black milk.
If you had to describe your ex in one word, what would it be?
Hello. I mean, bye. Yeah, maybe.
Okay. So maybe? So if you hit your DMs right now, you say maybe?
Question mark.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
If you had to describe yourself in one word, what would it be?
Prince of all princes.
That's one word?
Prince of all princes.
What's a movie you regret watching?
It's a movie I watched. It's a Spanish movie. The ending was so trash. I forgot the title, but it was trash. It was on Netflix and it's terrible. Don't watch it.
You stop yelling, bitch.
What's your favorite 90s jam?
Thong song.
What was the last gift you gave someone?
A candle for Valentine's Day.
Oh my god! Wow!
Any advice you would give to your previous boss? What would be the name of your autobiography?
Dark Kent.
If you had to describe your life and you're using a movie title, what would it be?
Dude, where's my car?
What do you think about people that choose their own nicknames?
I think they're idiots. Nicknames supposed to be given to you.
What's your least favorite time of the day?
7 a.m.
Why?
Because that means I have to wake up.
Why do you wake up so early?
I don't.